let me start with something that might sting a little. Most women over 60 believe men want youth, perfection, and someone easy to impress. And if you believe that, you're already disqualifying yourself for no reason. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you may see yourself and men very differently. Quick favor before we go on. If you're a woman over 60 who's ever wondered, do men even notice me anymore? Tap like, subscribe, and comment, still curious below. You're not alone. Now here's the shocking truth no one tells you. Men who are emotionally available at this stage of life are not looking for what you think they are. And the first thing they want has nothing to do with your body. By the time a man is over 60, he's been through enough heartbreak, enough arguments, and enough relationships that went sideways because someone couldn't relax around him. Here's the thing most women don't realize. He isn't looking for perfection. He isn't looking for someone who checks all the boxes or mirrors society's idea of what a hot older woman should be. What he really wants is emotional safety. Think about it. If a man has spent decades feeling criticized, belittled, or like he's constantly failing in a relationship, what would feel better than meeting a woman who makes him breathe easier, not tighter? Emotional safety is subtle. It's in how you listen without immediately judging or correcting him, how you respond when he makes a mistake or forgets something, how you treat disagreements, not like a courtroom trial, but like a conversation. Men over 60 are not trying to impress anyone anymore. They are done performing. They want a partner who makes them feel steady, grounded, and appreciated, not small or inadequate. Here's a real example most women would overlook. You're on a walk together, and he makes a comment that's a little old-fashioned or awkward. A lot of women would roll their eyes or lecture, but a woman who gives a gentle smile, a nod, and maybe a playful tease creates safety. That tiny shift, it's magnetic. It tells him, I see you, I accept you, and I like being around you. Emotional safety isn't boring, it's powerful. It's what keeps a man interested long after the first spark fades. Because at this stage of life, emotional chaos is exhausting, and the woman who brings calm confidence, she stands out instantly. Now, let's talk about confidence, the kind that doesn't beg for approval, doesn't ask if it's too much, and doesn't apologize for existing. Here's the truth. Men over 60 are drawn to women who stand in their own power. And I don't mean the loud, look at me kind of power. I mean the quiet, grounded, unshakable confidence that comes from a woman who knows her worth. This woman has routines, hobbies, and passions that aren't dependent on a man. She has friends, she reads, she laughs, she travels. She's interesting, not just available. And she doesn't ask permission to live her life. Picture this. You're deciding where to go for dinner. Instead of asking, what do you want? Repeatedly, you suggest a place confidently, maybe even a few options, and let him choose. That energy, it's magnetic. It signals, I'm a full person, and I'm choosing to share my life with you, not wait for your approval. Men crave this because it's rare. So many women, even at 60, second-guess themselves. Am I too much? Am I asking too much? Will he like what I like? Here's the secret. The less you try to fit his mold, the more he will want you. Because independence and self-assurance are incredibly attractive. Men want to feel they're with a woman who knows herself, not one who needs constant validation. Another example, maybe you love a hobby that he doesn't understand. A woman lacking confidence might hide it, downplay it, or change herself. A confident woman keeps it alive, maybe even shares it proudly. That authenticity draws men in like nothing else. And confidence at this age is more than surface-level beauty. It's life experience, it's wisdom, it's the way you carry yourself, calm, steady, and unapologetically you. Men notice. They are instinctively drawn to a woman who doesn't chase, doesn't plead, and doesn't shrink. Here's where the biggest myth falls apart. Many women over 60 still believe that men are primarily looking for youth, a toned body, smooth skin, a face that mirrors their memories of younger women. That's what society has drilled into us, but it's simply not true for men at this stage of life. What men really crave is warmth. Warmth in conversation, warmth in touch, warmth in the way you show up in the world. A man who's lived decades of stress, responsibility, and loss doesn't want another challenge or competition. He wants a partner who brings comfort, ease, and genuine connection. Warmth isn't about being soft in a weak way. It's about being emotionally available, generous, and present. It's the woman who notices little things. She remembers that he loves that odd little coffee shop and makes time to go there. She laughs easily, even at himself or at life's absurdities, and doesn't turn everything into criticism or correction. She doesn't hold grudges or quietly tally every misstep. She responds with calm and perspective. Think about it like this. At this stage, life has hardened men. Many have faced disappointment, loss, and regret. A woman who offers warmth without neediness is like a breath of fresh air, rare, precious, magnetic. Let's imagine a scene. You're visiting for tea, and he talks about something from his past, maybe a failure or a regret. Most women would immediately try to fix it or analyze it. A woman who brings warmth simply listens, acknowledges, and responds with empathy. She might say, "I see how that was hard. Thank you for sharing that with me." That simple act creates connection, trust, and a feeling of safety. Warmth also shows in your touch, your gestures, the little things you do without being asked. Maybe you warm his socks without comment, make a small plate of his favorite snack, or leave a note that says, "Thinking of you today." These tiny acts are far more attractive than any youth-based beauty trick because they say, "I care, I notice, I am here." And the truth is, warmth is irreplaceable. You can't fake it. Men can feel it instantly, and it's far more compelling than any superficial feature. At this age, warmth becomes the language of desire, intimacy, and long-term connection. Now we get to a truth that shocks many women. Men over 60 would rather feel respected than desired. Desire is fleeting. Respect lasts. And it's often respect, not physical attraction, that keeps a relationship alive and thriving at this stage. Respect is about recognizing a man as a complete human being, with his experiences, his quirks, and his pride. It doesn't mean you allow bad behavior or let him walk all over you. It means acknowledging him, valuing his opinions, and giving him dignity. Here's what respect looks like in real life. You don't mock his interests, even if you find them silly or outdated. Maybe he loves model trains, old jazz, or a particular sports team. You listen, ask questions, and engage, rather than roll your eyes. You don't publicly correct or humiliate him. Disagreements happen, but they don't need to turn into contests of power or embarrassment. You value his perspective, even if it differs from yours. Men notice when a woman treats them as equals, not inferiors, and they are drawn to that in a way that transcends appearance. Respect also shows in small gestures, letting him take pride in his achievements, listening when he wants to talk, giving him space without guilt tripping. These things tell him, "I see you. I honor who you are." And when a man feels honored, he opens. Opening is everything. A man who feels respected is far more likely to invest in the relationship, share his feelings, and commit in ways that a superficial connection never could. At this age, intimacy is not just physical. It's mental, emotional, and deeply relational. Most women focus on being noticed, desired or appreciated for beauty or youth. But men over 60, the ones who are worth your time, are quietly scanning for respect. They want someone who treats them as a human being with value and dignity, not just a companion or a trophy. And here's the most important part. When respect and warmth combine with emotional safety and quiet confidence, a man feels truly seen. That combination is irresistible. It's not about makeup, clothes, or body shape. It's about who you are, how you show up, and the energy you bring. Now let's talk about the truth that most women completely miss, the truth that changes everything about how men over 60 see us and how we see ourselves. Men at this stage of life aren't searching for someone to complete them. They're not looking for someone to fix their loneliness, fill a void, or turn their life into a fairy tale. They've learned that happiness, peace, and fulfillment come from within. What men truly want is someone to share peace with, someone who has made peace with her past, someone who doesn't need to relive her 20s, someone who understands that love at this stage is quieter, calmer, and infinitely richer than it ever was before. This is a woman who knows herself. She has lived, she has learned, she has stumbled, and she has risen again. She doesn't cling, she doesn't beg, she doesn't negotiate her worth. She simply is. Imagine a man walking into a room after a long day. He doesn't want a performance, a checklist, or someone trying to impress him. He wants a presence that soothes, comforts, and makes him feel at home. And women who have cultivated this calm confidence, warmth, and respect naturally become magnetic. Here's the beauty of it. This is not something you have to force. You've already earned it through your life experiences, your resilience, and your choices. Men notice authenticity. They notice women who have faced challenges, embraced who they are, and continue to live fully and vibrantly. Many women over 60 feel invisible, unwanted, or past their prime. Let me tell you something important. You are not. You are exactly what many men hope to find, even if they can't put it into words. They may not be actively searching, but when they encounter a woman who brings emotional safety, quiet confidence, warmth, and respect, they recognize her immediately, and they are drawn in without thinking. At this stage in life, love isn't loud or flashy. It's not about proving anything or chasing validation. It's about presence, connection, and shared life. The men who are worth your time are not chasing youth or perfection. They are quietly, secretly hoping to find a partner who has made peace with herself, who values life, who shares joy, and who brings calm into the chaos. If you embody these qualities, if you show up as yourself fully and unapologetically, you will attract men who truly value you, men who see you, honor you, and want to share life with you. That is the ultimate truth. This isn't about changing who you are to fit someone else's expectations. It's about realizing your worth, your presence, and the power you've cultivated over decades. You don't need to chase, you don't need to prove, and you don't need to perform. Just be you, authentic, confident, warm, and strong, and the right man will recognize it immediately.